Hello students, good morning. I welcome you all to your English class. This is your English teacher Miss Gunjan. The chapter what we have picked for today is from your supplementary reader book Moments, chapter number 1, The Lost Child by Mulkaraj Anand. Okay, so let's see what is there in the chapter. Earlier we have completed like two poems and a chapter from your literature reader book Beehive. So if you wish to revise those chapters again, you can go back to my channel and can click on the videos are still there, right? So let's start with today's lecture on The Lost Child by Mulkaraj Anand. See, all these points in this particular video, you'll get to know little details of the author, introduction to the chapter, the theme and sub-theme we have discussed, also the characters, the summary point, explanation and questions at the end of the slide. But first let's know about the writer Mulkaraj Anand. Mulkaraj Anand was an Indian writer in English. He was one of the first India-based writers in English to gain an international readership. He was a recipient of honor of the Padma Bhushan Award. He also received many other prominent awards like Sahitya Akademi Award in 1971. Also, he is recipient of International Peace Prize in 1953. Okay, so we have theme of the chapter here as universality of a child's desire for everything. See here, a child is a child, be it child of one place or other place. The child desires for everything, whatever he is fascinated by. It is a universal thing in all children all around the world, that they get they long for, they desire for something, they are attracted by, they are fascinated by, they desire to own it. This is what this chapter speaks about. The sub-theme of the chapter guides us on how important or what a strong relationship a child and parents have. Children-parent relationship, what kind of relationship children and parents share. Okay, the important characters are a little boy, father and mother. Other are sub-characters, you can check on the names here. A sweetmeat seller, a florist, a balloon seller, a snake charmer and a kind-hearted man. This kind man will appear in the drama, will show up in the picture at the end of the story. He is nowhere in the start of the story, but in the end he'll appear. Let's see. This is the introduction of the chapter. I'll just read it once and then we'll continue. See, The Lost Child is a story about a child, his aspirations, demands and realizations. The story is mainly focused on importance of parents in our life. In this story, a small child gets lost in a fair. Okay, I think you all have one or the other time you all have been to a fair, be it school fair or be it your town fair. Means we all have been to, and we know how crowded the fair usually gets, and especially when the children are little, parents are very careful. They keep a keen eye, a watchful eye over their children. But children are children, they get fascinated by everything they see around. So here in the story also, the little child had gone with his parents to the fair, but he loses them when he gets engrossed in looking at roundabout swings. Okay, though many things fascinates this boy, many things this boy is attracted to, but he loses his parents, he loses the sight of his parents when he is fascinating about what, having his good time on roundabout swing. Here, the little child when goes to a fair with his parents, he is happy, excited and he wants everything in the fair that fascinates him. But his parents don't buy anything for them. The child soon gets lost and separated from his parents while engrossed in enjoying the colorful fair. The value of parents here is revealed only when they are out of sight. The child doesn't realizes that it is not the things that are important to him, the things, colorful things which are around, the sweet delicious things which are around it is actually his parents what are important to him, and that he realizes only when he loses their sight. That is what the little boy in the story realized when he got lost in the fair or separated from his parents. The ending is very emotional, children, here, as the readers keep on guessing whether the lost child finally meets his parents or not. The story is actually left, the climax is left like this only to guess. Anyway, these are some summary points. You can check these points here. See here, a little child is guided by his parents to a village fair. The child is attracted to many things like balloons, sweets, flowers, everything around, like little insects and worms, and barfi, gulab jamun, dove, snake charmer, anything that he sees there in the fair, he feels attracted towards or he feels fascinated by. Anyway, thrilled by all these things, he lags behind his parents many a times, but his parents kept constantly watch over him. Now he wants to own them all. The child wanted to own them all, but he knew that his parents would refuse to buy him anything. He knew the answer would always be no. So he doesn't wait for an answer when he looks for the things around. He moves on with his parents. But what happens when he goes to when he sees people enjoying, on a roundabout swing? He was very much immensely attracted by a roundabout in full swing. Now here he couldn't resist, the desire to be on a swing. So he makes a bold request here for a ride on the roundabout swing. But when he makes this bold request, when he turns around to, see his parents, whether they have listened him or not, heard him or not, he is like in shock because he couldn't find his parents anywhere. As there was no reply, he turns back. He's shocked to see them nowhere around. Now what happens is, when he finds his parents nowhere around, he's panic stricken, he runs here and there in search of his parents, and now he realizes that he is actually lost. He feels absolutely desolated and starts crying loud, runs here and there and starts crying loud. So what happens here? A kind man appears in the picture. A kind man shows up in the picture. He picks him up in the arms and tries to console him. And how he tries to console him? He actually takes him to different shops, offer him different items. All the items earlier that the child has been fascinated by loses their charm now. See here, the person offers him the sweet barfi, child says no. The person offers him, to take him on a roundabout swing, he says no. The person asks him that if he wants the garland, he wants the flowers. He doesn't want anything here actually. He is simply sobbing, crying, weeping hard, and one thing only he says, that I want my mother, I want my father. This is what, children, is there in the chapter, that how child, while earlier when he was fascinated, here a child who was fascinated by different things, colorful things around. He was engrossed in the vibrant colors around. Everything loses the charm. Everything, every other thing. What he wants at the moment here is what he wants is to be reunited with his parents. Now we'll go with the line-wise explanation in the chapter. Let's see here. I hope you people have your NCERT books by now with you, but in case any one of you do not have this supplementary reader book moments, no problem, you can pause the screen here and can read the chapter, page wise. Also, if this video is small, if you're not able to see, kindly zoom the screen up, to see what is there in the pages. Let's start. It was the festival of spring. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys emerged a gaily clad humanity. Check on these underlined words, I'll tell you the meanings. Some walked, some rode on horses, others sat, being carried in bamboo and bullock carts. One little boy ran between father's legs, brimming over with life and laughter. Come, child, come, called his parents, as he lagged behind, fascinated by the toys in the shops that lined the way. See here, it was a festival of spring season, when their town had annual fair. Now, from the wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys, wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys, you can check the meaning here. It was a winter season. The narrow lanes were full of shades, full of people from all the lanes, all the streets, were gathering there and going all towards where? Fair. Emerged means came out. All the shadows, all the people came out as a gaily clad humanity. See here, gaily clad humanity means happy people. Humanity is people from all around, and gaily means all vibrant, happy color. All were in happy, vibrant color clothes, very vibrant color clothes. See here, you can see it in the picture also, right? Okay. Some walked. See it. This story is written earlier in the times when they do not, when they didn't have any electric vehicles. So see here, some walked, some rode on horses, other came in bullock carts, and here our little boy, the hero, the protagonist of the chapter, comes in the picture. One little boy ran between his father's legs, brimming over with life and laughter. Brimming over is full of something, up to the brim, up to the full. So the little child here, the happiness, the excitement could be, seen here on the child's face. You see, he was full of life and laughter as he was getting a chance to go to that annual fair. Here his parents scolds him. He is lagged behind. Why he is lagged behind? Lag behind means he's little at the back, he is not able to keep the pace up with the parents. Why? Because he is, see here, fascinated by toys in the shops that line the way. Line the way means they were, all these toy sellers were sitting on the street, corner of the street. So he was fascinated by toys which were there in the shop. Now here when parents call him, he hurries towards his parents, his feet obedient to their call, his eyes still lingering on the receding toys. As he came to where they had stopped to wait for him, he could not suppress the desire of his heart, even though he well knew the old cold stare of refusal in their eyes. See here, hurried towards his parents, he rushed towards his parents as his feet were obedient to their call. Okay, he was following, his feet were following, but his eyes were not following. Where were his eyes? Though his feet were walking towards the parents, but his eyes were still lingering on. Lingering means lasting for a long time. See here the meaning. His eyes were still lingering on where? Receding toys. Receding means left behind as he walked ahead. Okay, so he was looking at each and every toy on each and every shop. Now here as he came, he reached to a point where his parents stopped to wait for him. He couldn't suppress the desire of his heart. What was the desire of his heart? Obviously to own the toys, to own or any one of the toy. But he knew very well one thing. He knew what? The old cold stare of refusal in their eyes. The child knew very well. Whenever he would ask, his parents would say no only. So he was very much aware of what? That old cold stare of refusal. Cold means without any emotions, emotionless. That stare of refusal means denial. Earlier also maybe he had asked his parents for something, but they had not given him anything. So he knew very well this time also answer is going to be no only. So he did not even ask. Let's continue. You can check the meanings here again. Okay, let's see the next page. Okay, you can zoom the page up and can read right with me. A group of dragonflies were bustling about on their gaudy purple wings, intercepting the flight of a lone black bee or butterfly in search of sweetness from the flowers. The child followed them in their air with his gaze, till one of them would still its wings and rest, and he would try to catch it. But it would go fluttering, flapping up into the air. When he had almost caught it in his hands. Almost caught it. Check here. Then his mother gave a cautionary call. Come, child, come. Come on the footpath. Come on to the footpath. Now here in this particular paragraph, writer is talking how the child is fascinated by what here? The bees and the butterflies. The bees and the butterflies who are coming and sitting where? Who are fluttering their wings, flapping their wings and trying what? Sitting on the flowers. A group of dragonflies, the insect, were bustling about on their gaudy purple wings. Bustling means full of activity and movement. Gaudy means what? Extremely bright and showy. Gaudy purple wings. So they had very gaudy, loud, purple color wings. Intercepting is obstructing. Okay, obstructing. So there was a group of dragonflies that the child was attracted to, fascinated by. He was observing that how these dragonflies are obstructing the flight of what? Flight of butterfly and the black bee, who were in search of what? The sweetness plum flowers. His gaze means the look. His eyes followed what? His eyes followed these dragonflies. His eyes followed butterfly. He didn't have his eyes on his parents. He had his eyes where dragonflies, how dragonflies were following butterfly or obstructing their movement. But now he tried to catch it. Catch it means catch one of the butterfly, but obviously it won't come to his hand. It would flutter, it would flap up into the air. And here he feels almost he had caught the butterfly in his hand. And then here he hears what? A cautionary call, a warning call again from his mother. Come on to the footpath. And now again, very happily, see here, he ran towards his parents gaily. Gaily here is very happily, chirpily, bubbly, colorfully. He ran towards his parents gaily and walked abreast of them for a while, being, however, soon left behind, attracted by little insects and worms along the footpath that were teeming out from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine. See here, children, this is number 2. First thing that he was fascinated by is what? Dragonflies obstructing the movement of butterflies. Second thing here, he runs towards his mother and walked abreast, means to them, with them. And here he is attracted by, see here, little insects and worms. Little insects and worms. His eyes were there on the footpath down on the road, where he saw they were teeming out. Teeming out means coming out in numbers. Insects and worms coming out of the ground in numbers, big numbers, from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine. So now he is attracted by what? Insects and worms. Come, child, come, his parents called from the shade of a grove where they had seated themselves on the edge of a well. He ran towards them. A shower of young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the grove, and forgetting his parents, he began to gather the raining petals in the hand. But how? He heard the cooing of doves and ran towards his parents, shouting, "The dove! The dove!" The raining petals dropped from his forgotten hands. See here. Now, parents called him. Now, parents are tired. See here, they are sitting in the shade of a grove. Grove is what? Small wood or group of trees. Their parents actually sat waiting for this boy, because boy is not keeping the pace with them. So around the edge of a well, they just sat. The boy ran towards them and saw what? Flowers. Now he is fascinated by another thing. Number 3 is flowers, and he is seeing what? The raining petals. The flower petals are falling down the trees, and he's so much happy looking at the raining of petals. And what happens next is next thing that catches his attention is what? The cooing of doves, the cooing of that bird. And he goes to his parents shouting, see their parents, the dove, the dove. And the raining petals drop from his forgotten hands. Forgotten hands means he completely forgets about the raining petals. Completely forgetting about raining petals, as his attention is caught by what now? The beautiful bird, dove. See, this is what the child's mind is. One moment at one thing, another moment at another thing. Anyway, children, this is done for today. We still have chapter pending, but I'll cover the chapter up in my next video. Okay, so that I'll post after 2 days, and till then you can revise the chapter. Okay, take care and goodbye.